Hi, this is Justin with Justin's Web Design again, and welcome to this part of the video where we're going to show you how to go ahead and use the page designer so that you can add some content to your different pages. You should be logged into the site. Again, if you're not at this page, you can go to build a website, My Websites, and it'll bring you to this page, just like we did before. If you're still in the hosting page, or the Website Tonight page, I should say, then that's fine as well. You'll see that the menu at the top is the same for these two, so it may look a little bit different. The screen you're at right now may look a little bit different, but the options will be the same, and we'll be right into the mix quickly. So we're going to go to Design and Page Designer, and I paused that for a little while so that we just blink over here. It might take a little while for that whole thing to load. You can see that it's put in some generic content for me to use to get me started. And this is the home page. I can tell it's the home page because it lets you select which page it is right here at the top. If I use this drop down window, if I put my mouse over it, I can select one of the other pages. So first thing we do is change the title. Every time you click on something, it activates that element and lets you edit that element. That's what it's doing right now. It's activating the title. Now I can edit it. Brought up this window. Depending on the speed of your computer, this may go kind of slow. I'm just going to put in infoready.net. Change the text and click OK. Then it's going to load again. The subtitle, we'll do the same thing. We'll click on it. It's going to load. And then when it's done loading, we'll say your source. Click OK. Now down here, if we wanted to change what the title is, we could change it here. It says homepage, and that's fine. I'm going to click down and see I just clicked into the paragraph. So it allows me to edit everything below where it said homepage. I'm just going to add some more text above it. .net will help you. I'm going to pause the tape while I put in some more text here. Alright, so I just added some text. Now, one thing here is that you can highlight the text, and if you scroll up, you'll see that you have all these different options. Like let's say I want to highlight the word infoready.net, and then I can bold it like that. I just click on the little B. It just works like Word, basically. It's very similar to the process of Word, like a miniature version of Word. You can change this text in here just as easily as you can change text in Word. And so I'm going to go ahead and save it, and then we'll go to another page just to show you how that works. So I'm going to click OK. Up here, I'm going to choose About Us. And as you can see, the header part, the part that we changed up here, it changed on all of the site. So that's good. That changed everything. The About Us is here, and here's the text for the About Us. I'm going to go ahead and click on Publish and see if it'll let us publish the site now. You can see here that it's giving us options to publish the site now. And because this is the first time we publish it, it has publish all. Future times it'll say publish updates. It'll allow that to happen because we will have just made updates to the site instead of publishing it. But we haven't published anything yet, and so therefore it only allows us to do publish all. And we're going to go ahead and click on that. Publish all. And it's going to process, and I'm going to pause. And here's what we end up with. It says publishing is complete. Please see the publishing details. And it explains that your website may not show up because it's a brand new site. If it's a brand new site, it might not show up yet. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a look and see if it is up. because I want to show you, part of it is I want to show you what the advertising looks like, and this is the reason why I don't recommend using this for a business site. It's better than not having a site, and it works good for me because the advertising is for InfoReady.net. But as far as for the average person, then it's better not to use the free version because it has this advertising on the top of it. It would work also well for, say, a nonprofit or a school organization or a school project or something like that, because the cost is really low. It's very inexpensive to get the site. You know, you're only paying, you'll pay $2 the first year, and then it goes up to $9 or $10 a year after that for the domain. So it's really pennies. You can see these different pages. We didn't change the About Us, so the About Us is still what they had in there. Services, testimonials. All of this is pretty straightforward, but right now we already have a site up within about half an hour worth of work, give or take, and maybe a bit more when you're adding the content in. But that gives you a basic site up and running for $2.19. And granted, those prices may change as they go along. It's a sale price. But for under $10 in under an hour, you can have a presence online. And for a little bit more for the hosting, then you can have an even nicer website. So that pretty much ends the basics of building a website. And I thank you for your time. I am going to add another part that will be it'll be a little bit more in-depth version of how to create a page. So look for that as the next part of the series. And thank you very much for your time.